Hey everybody, what's going on? I hope you're doing well. My name is Waddles and it's Monday. That means it's time for another episode of DataPacks Showcases. Today I'm in the end. I guess that's a little obvious. Today I'm in the end because I have 5 end-related data packs to show off. These are all smaller data packs that improve something about the end. As always, all of the data packs will be linked down below for your enjoyment. Check them out yourself for sure. The cool thing about today's data pack showcase video is the fact that all of the data packs I'm showing off are by the same creator. Shout out to VoodooBeard for setting up all of these really cool and simple data packs. VoodooBeard does have a YouTube channel of his own, so that will be linked down below, as well as his website where I found all of the data packs. After checking out this video, if you want to catch up on the series, the playlist to all of the data pack videos is linked down below. Now, I'm going to do something a little different today. We're just going to go data pack by data pack instead of listing them off in the beginning. Let me know if you like that idea. This first data pack that I'm showing you is one that I am not showing you. And that is because I can't show you it. The AntiUnderGrief data pack does exactly what it sounds like it would do. This data pack prevents Endermen from griefing up your world. The creepy, tall, annoying Enderman can no longer pick up blocks. So this is a data pack that, once implemented, you won't even really realize that it's implemented. You will, however, realize that there are no longer random holes in the field outside of your house, which, I mean, is probably pretty enjoyable. I've got a pretty built-up bow. I don't really know why, but for this next data pack, I need to kill the dragon. I have to take out all of these end crystals so the dragon will stop regenerating, and then we need to kill him because my first bow shot in the world is at the ender dragon. Oh yeah, I guess I'm a pro. Now, I needed to kill the ender dragon because this data pack adds a drop. Right here, you can see that I now have an Elytra. VoodooBeard's Ender Dragon Elytra Loot data pack adds the Elytra to the loot table of the dragon. Each and every time you kill a dragon, you will get an Elytra for yourself. This is an absolutely wonderful thing, in my opinion, for a server, because Elytra are no longer as finite, right? Like, of course, the end will keep generating. However, it gets to a point that the Elytra is going to get very hard to find because you need to go very, very far to get it. With this data pack, simply summon in an Ender Dragon, fight it, kill it, and then you have your own brand new shiny pair of Elytra wings for your flying enjoyment. Honestly, in my opinion, this data pack sort of makes sense, and I would be absolutely thrilled to see this implemented in vanilla Minecraft. The Ender Dragon doesn't really have a drop at all, of course, other than the XP, and if you want to consider the egg that spawns alongside the killing of the Ender Dragon a loot, I guess it's a thing, but you can't really do anything with it other than, I guess, display it, right? Next up, we're headed over to an end city, because these 3 final data packs all have to do with these things. Right in front of us sits an unsuspecting shulker. If we kill this shulker, we will find that it now drops 2 shells. Seeing as shulkers seem to have 2 parts of their shell, this kind of just makes sense. Also, if you have ever taken on an end city on your own, you probably know that you have the chance of getting absolutely no shulker shells when you kill a shulker, which isn't fun because these things aren't easy to get to, they're not easy to find, they're not easy to take on at all. This shulker shell data pack makes sure that every single time you kill a shulker, you are awarded with not 1, not none, but 2 shulker shells each and every time. This means that you could raid 1 end city, and depending on how big it is, you could be entirely set for quite some time in terms of shulker boxes. If you don't like the idea of shulkers having a fixed loot table, this next data pack may be the one for you. On a different note, endermites are sort of odd. They're like the end variant of the silverfish. If you'd like to see this idea expanded upon, this is the data pack for you. The Shulkermite data pack gives endermites the ability to burrow into per blocks. This isn't going to necessarily be a common thing because endermite spawning is not changed. You will need to manually spawn in an endermite, either in creative with a spawn egg like I did, or with ender pearls in survival like you can do. However, once you do have one and you have them with per blocks, they can eventually burrow into those blocks. Once an endermite burrows into a per block, like you can see here, they turn into shulkers. You can then go ahead and kill these shulkers just like normal, and you will get normal shulker loot. This, of course, makes collecting shulker shells a whole lot easier. This is also an interesting mechanic because it kind of does make sense if you do believe that endermites are like silverfish, but in the end. Now, in my opinion, this isn't too OP because endermite spawning is not changed. You will still need to go about getting endermites into your world in a normal fashion. Spawning endermites in survival isn't always exactly cheap or fast or easy. Sometimes you can need a whole lot of ender pearls just to get one endermite. Now, let's say you have an ender farm in your world, then you can go ahead and begin to collect up tons and tons of shulker boxes. At that point in your world, you probably want to have tons of these things anyways. This is another data pack that I think would be insanely great for servers, because if you've ever played on a server and haven't been the first one to the end, you will know that getting your hands on shulker boxes or shulker shells isn't exactly easy. You need to be fast about it, or you're going to get charged a crazy amount of diamonds to buy one from somebody, unless you're lucky and someone's nice. This final data pack involves the Endship. In case you didn't know, there was a time in this game in which you could retrieve a beacon from the Endship. That is now a thing again with this data pack. Upon making your way all the way to one of these ships, you know, the place where you get the dragon head or the Elytra, you will also find a beacon here. You can of course grab that beacon and take it back home and use it just as you normally would. I do believe the time that you could retrieve beacons from these ships was very brief. I think it was only in snapshots for a little while before being removed because it was considered OP. This is a data pack where I think it's kind of up to you. Do you think it's OP or do you not? Of course, you'd add these data packs in only if you see that they kind of match your vision for the world. But this does add in another way to retrieve a beacon, which is kind of cool. Of course, the way that you are getting the beacon isn't too easy either. You still do need to go and hunt the end for an end city that does have a ship. But what do you think? Those are 5 end-related data packs. What data pack was your favorite that I showed off today? Remember, there is a link to VoodooBeard's website if you're interested in checking any of these data packs out for yourself. As I've said a few times now in this video, I feel like a lot of these data packs are very server-friendly, meaning these are data packs that would work possibly best in a server setting. Again, massive shout out and credit to VoodooBeard for setting up all of these packs. This is totally awesome. I think I might see some of these data packs get implemented in some worlds of my own because of the whole server thing. It makes it a whole lot easier when there's multiple people in the world. Like I mentioned in the beginning, there is a data pack playlist that is linked down below and will be on the end slide in just a few moments, where you can go ahead and check out all of the other data packs I've shown off. Do you have a data pack of your own or a data pack that you want me to check out? If you do, leave a comment, send me an email, send me a DM on Twitter, whatever you want to do. I'll probably see it, and maybe I'll check it out. One final note that I want to say before I end the video is that I'm thinking about changing Tuesday to my off day. I used to have Sunday as my off day where I would only put a video out if I had one ready, but I think with school resuming, I will change that day to Tuesday. So Sundays you still get a video, and Tuesday will be the new off day, so you can catch up on videos and so I can work on new videos for the next week. What do you think about that? Tell me down below, and then go have a good day. My name is Waddles. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye, everybody.